today I will try to recreate Arnold's workout, but with the things that you can find at home. Who knows, maybe we can learn something from that. By the end, I hope that I will have a mighty workout plan that I can use in my next video. And you know, sharing is caring, so I will show you what I managed to make, so you can use it too. So I found this video of the man himself talking about his workout. And without further ado, let's see what he has to say.
I think that the 3 exercises for chest that I have always done is bench press, incline press in different levels. So to start low, medium and high, and then flies. Okay, so as we can see, nothing fancy here. And as Arnie said, if the exercise is effective, it will always be effective. That's why we should stick to the basics. For bench press we can use push-ups, but it's not as simple as that. We have a small problem. He mentions different angles of this exercise and highlights the importance of stretching the muscle. We will have to modify this exercise a bit. To change the angle, we will use an elevation under our legs, like this. Now we have to maximize the stretch. We have no equipment, so we have to be creative. We need something to elevate our hands. It will increase our range of motion. Maybe some books? Yeah, let's try it. Alright, I knew the math textbook would be useful one day. I couldn't imagine better application. And there it is. Awesome. Well, now it gets tricky. How can we do chest flies at home? I have an idea, but I'm not sure. The plan? 2 slippery objects and a slippery surface. Just like this one. And then we try to imitate this movement, okay? Place your hands like this and slide to the sides. And then come back. It would be easier with gymnastic rings, but this is more accessible version. And I think that's it. Let's get back to the video. Bend over rowing with a barbell and the T-bar rowing. I mean, any kind of a rowing exercise that gives you the thickness. Those are the exercises I always rely to, again, from the beginning to the end. Okay, so this part is simple. Those different rowing exercises can be changed to inverted rows, but as he mentions, there are different aspects of training your back. There are different muscles and ideally we want to target them all. We can do that by changing the grip, but we will need a pair of chairs and a broomstick. Then we create such a magnificent structure and we are ready to go. Generally, we want to work different grips to provide different stimuli to our muscle. Sounds easy, right? And it is. We want to engage our core and relax our shoulder blades. That's our starting position. Then we want to pull shoulder blades together and go as far up as we can. Then hold for a second. We can make it easier by assisting with the legs. And of course, we can use an elevation to make it harder. Remember to try different grips. For example, here is a narrow underhand grip and here is a wide overhand. We want to do each rep slowly, go all the way up and hold at the top. And there we have an amazing home alternative. I'm gonna have all kinds of tricks up my sleeve, but I mean it was absolutely essential to do the barbell curl to create the thickness of the bicep, to do the dumbbell curl on an incline bench, and to do the concentration curl. That's it? Tricep was narrow bench press, a lot of narrow bench press in the early days, then triceps extensions down, and then overhead tricep extension with one arm and with both arms. And then also tricep extension onto a bar where you let the body, the head go onto a bar and press out in order to use your own body weight. The biceps curl will be the most problematic one here. You know what, I don't want to come up with some bullshit pseudo exercise here. Biceps curl is a great exercise and we don't need any barbell to do it. We can use bag or backpack with water bottles or books in it. You can even weight the bag to keep track of your progress. And I think I already have a good idea for the rest of the exercises. Alright, I prepared my backpack. Now the technique. The technique is very simple here. You want to do each rep in a slow and controlled way, okay? Make sure to go all the way down to stretch that muscle. And then the same 9 bar of reps for the second hand. And now we have a narrow bench press. I like this one because we have so many alternative exercises here. And the best one, in my opinion, are diamond push-ups. Very fun and effective exercise. My favorite combination. You start it with your hands in this position, and the closer you go, the harder it gets. Let me show you. Remember to keep your core engaged. And now we have overhead triceps extensions. Here I would even say that the bodyweight equivalent is even better than the original exercise. And it's called tiger push-ups. We can do it on the floor or some elevated surface once we build that tricep strength. Eventually you can build up to a version where you have the full range of motion, and this is actually the version I do on a daily basis. It's an incredible exercise.
Shoulders, dumbbell presses, barbell presses in the front and in the back. I mean, we always did the rear press behind the neck kind of presses, the military presses, the dumbbell press, which was then is now called the Arnold press, and then lateral raises, and especially bent over lateral raises on a bench. That is a 45-degree bench. This is a specialty that I've learned at Vince Gironda's gym.
Most of those press type exercises for shoulders have a great bodyweight versions. As always, there are different progressions, starting with pike push-ups and building all the way up to various handstand push-ups. They are incredibly good for shoulder strength. There's a problem though. But first, pike push-ups. Think of it like a push-up with different body position. The technique here is actually tricky for beginners. Once you grasp it, it's easy. Start with the standard push-up position, and now the gimmick. Walk up with your feet a little and go down, focusing on your shoulders and elbows. And now, when it comes to the side of the shoulder, I have to admit it, it's simply best to grab some weight and do the original lateral raises. I won't overcomplicate this simple matter. Now it's easy. Slightly bend and lift your arm. You can hold at the top. But avoid shaking. Do each rep slowly. And then the same number of reps for the second hand.
Squats is, I think, the most important exercise to create thighs, big thighs. Squats, rear squats, front squats, leg extensions, lunges, stiff-legged deadlifts, or good morning exercise with stiff legs, and a lot of leg curls.
Okay, that might be arguably the easiest part, because squats are essentially just a harder version of bodyweight exercise. Anyways, there are awesome leg exercises out there that you can do at home. Starting with a bodyweight squat. There are many progressions of this one. You can do a standard bodyweight squat. You can do it with your backpack or whatever heavy you have. Then you can try lunges, where you put most of your body weight on a single leg only at the time. And you can add weight to this too. You can even put your assisting leg on some elevation to make it even harder. And finally, you can try single leg squat, or more commonly known as pistol squat. This one is actually easier when done with some weight in your hands to help you keep your balance. The next exercise I've chosen is really fun, but most people don't know about it. Reverse Nordic curl instead of Arnie's leg extensions. You start this exercise when you kneel and then go slowly back down. Try to go as deep as you safely can and then push back up. This exercise is hard in and of itself, as you can see, but you can go even harder by holding some weight on your chest. Now we have a hip thrust. You can either do it with your back on the floor and your feet elevated, or the other way around. This is the starting position, and now you have to push your butt up. This one isn't complicated. And the last leg exercise, Nordic curl instead of leg curl. This one is pretty damn hard, and to be honest, I have no idea how we can do it at home without any specialized equipment. The tricky part is that you want to hook your heels onto something. I mean, I can use my ladder, but I assume you don't really have a ladder attached to your wall. Once you are in a kneeling position with your feet attached, you can go slowly down. Focus on your legs, and you may want to assist with your hand because this one is pretty damn hard. Like, seriously. And we are done here. Let's go back to the video.
There will be regular ab training that we did for abs, which is just leg raises with straight legs, leg raises with bent knees, sit-ups, Roman chair sit-ups, which gives you the 500 reps, which was an absolute necessity and we all believed in, and then crunches.
Okay, luckily pretty basic stuff here, like leg raises, sit-ups, like a lot of sit-ups, and crunches.
Starting with leg raises. Lie on the ground and squeeze your core. You do that by slightly lifting your upper back off the ground and rotating your pelvis backwards. This is the basic position for most abs exercises. This simply means do not leave any free space here. Stick your lower back to the ground. And now lift your legs up to around 45 degrees and then come down. Oh, and don't place your hands under your legs.
Now we have simple sit-ups, but if you watch this far, I think you are strong enough to go the extra mile and do something more difficult. A hollow body hold, for example.
You start this exercise in the same position as the previous one. This time you lift your legs only a bit and hold them. Then try to lift your upper back, and if you feel good in this position, you can extend your arms behind you. Like this. This is a great exercise. Last but not least, crunches. You start in the standard position, but with your knees bent. Now lift yourself up and try to squeeze the core as hard as you can. Now you can go down.
This is one rep. Now let's create a workout plan using these exercises. Although this isn't an Arnold split, I think that full body workout is still in the spirit of Schwarzenegger. Surely it will be better for us, the natural warriors. This plan is very demanding, so we mortals can do 2 workouts a week, and when you feel like you need more, you just do it more often. And this is where my challenge ends. Since I'm recovering after the surgery and recording workout vlogs, I will do this workout in the next video, and if you watched this far, I want to say that I really appreciate buddy. Now it's time for you to show what you can do. And as always, we just made some steps towards equilibrium.